Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at how to create a data extract on IPUMS, which is an online database of public microdata for you to use. Now when you go to their website, which is found at www.ipums.org, you'll see that we have a bunch of different data sources here, but the two most commonly used are IPUMS International and IPUMS USA. Now, if you are interested in studying a country other than the United States, keep in mind that you have to apply for IPUMS International, and sometimes that can take up to a couple weeks. So if you're interested in studying another country, be sure to apply for access to this right away. But IPUMS USA is free to use. You don't need to get approval, so that's what we're going to take a look at today. Go ahead and click on the link, and it's going to take you to the main web page where you'll find a lot of great resources and documentation, which I encourage you to check out. And you'll also find the place where you can download and browse the data. So we're going to click Browse and select Data here. And this will take us to the website where we can choose our variables based on the household level. So this would be things like where do people live, the total household income, that sort of thing. And person level variables, which includes things like age, sex, education level, things that you can't generalize to the household level. And you can also look for variables based on A to Z listing, and you can also search by keyword. So let's start with the person level variables, and let's take a look at the demographic variables. So when you first go to this page, you'll notice that over here on the left, we have a listing of which variables are available, an explanation, briefly, of what the variable means. You have this codes link, and then these X's here tell you what years it's available for. And you'll notice that not every variable here is available for every year. So for example, something like sex, marital status, and year of birth, those are available for almost every year. But something like the number of times someone has been married is only available for a few years. So keep that in mind whenever you're trying to figure out what variables you need. So we are going to first take a look at what marital status means. So if you click on the blue link for each variable, you will be taken to the page that gives you a brief description. If you click comparability, it tells you about how comparable this variable is over time. And if you click the codes link here, this is going to tell you what each of the numeric codes mean. And you'll also be able to see if the information that you're looking for is in here. So for example, all of these codes are available for every year except for separated, which is only available after 1950. And you can even take a look at the questionnaire text over time if you need to get that detailed into it. So let's go back to the list of demographic variables. And I'm going to select marital status, sex, and age. So you'll notice I clicked on the little orange plus sign, so that puts a check mark, and my data cart is updated with the variables I've selected. And let's go to household really quick, to geographic. And here we're going to find a list of geographic identifiers. And at the very least, I encourage you to click on the state FIP variable, which is just a code that uniquely identifies every state. But there's also more detailed geographic information here if you need it. Now, in addition to these household and person level variables that you can choose, there are some variables that are pre-selected for you. So if you go to household and technical, you will see that there are several variables, including the year, the serial number, which is the unique household identifier, and the household weight. Those are all pre-selected for you, so they're going to be downloaded with your sample no matter what. The same thing is true if you go to person and technical. You'll see that each person has a unique ID and a unique weight, and those are pre-selected for you as well. So after you've chosen the variables you want to add, you're going to go to Select Samples, and this is where you can decide which years you want and which data samples you want. And I'm not going to explain what each of these are. You can click on the names to find out more, or check out this data help sheet. But for today we're going to click on the 2010 ACS, and you click Submit Sample Selections, and it's going to show you now only the availability for that year. And if I click on View Cart, you'll see that it lists all the variables I've selected as well as the pre-selected ones, and it shows the availability for 2010. So our next step is going to be to create the data extract, and when you're ready for that step, you'll want to go to the next video.